15 minutes of video. Okay, we're now taking a look at the second half. If you've got nothing better to do in your life, then you want to see this. We're also looking at number 6 and number 7. Use a formula to calculate the volume of the figure. For this one, you've got 5 inches, 9 inches, and 14 inches. This should have been simple. Because if you use a formula, the formula, do I have to write the formula?
You weren't sure if you do 5 times 9 times 14 or length.
I would just say 5 times 9 times 14, or you could say length times width times height is equal to V. And if you wrote that, that would be the formula. And then you would just say, I didn't actually follow it that way because its commutative property allows me to wiggle this wherever I want. And so what would be the easiest, most friendliest numbers? 14 times 5 would be what?
70.
Huh?
70.
14 times 5 equals 70? Then 70 times 9 is equals 600. 30. 600, 300, 630. And that would be inches cubed. Raise your hand if you got this incorrect. I want to do a check to make sure everybody is on the same page. Now, do you know why you got it incorrect? Okay, if they don't know why, then it must be misincorrected. Did anyone get the unit incorrect? You guys are still forgetting to put the cube? Don't forget the cubed, otherwise I count it wrong. I will have to count it wrong. It's too late in the year not to do that. Yes?
Technically it's not cubed, it's cubic inches.
Inches cubed or cubic inches is the same thing. Cubes. Okay, sugar cubes. Alright, so let's take a look. This one was best done cut this way because you get friendly numbers. Raise your hand if you cut it that way. You divided the block that way. You get 2 friendly numbers here. First friendly number, if this is 3, this is going to be what, everyone?
7.
Because this is 10, then if this is 3, then the difference of 3 and 10 is 7. And then we already know what this line is, this edge here is, because this 12 is already listed here. You just have to do the opposite end by symmetry. And you got 12 meters here. Now that I know what this is, and I know I can divide this into 8 plus 20 equals the 28 that was right there. So then I say, okay, fine. I took the 8 away, I was left with 20, and now I've got 10s, and multiples of 10s always makes my life easier, right? Yeah. So 8 times 12 is what? Easy, right? Does it say I need to use a formula? Yes, it does. So my first formula, I'm still going to use this formula, but I'm not going to rewrite the formula because I already know it. I'm just going to say, I'm going to use the formula in my head to write 8 times 12 times 10. So 8 times 12 is 96 times 10, which is 960 meters cubed. That's my first step. So second step is getting this box. This is step 1, this is step 2. Step 2, I do this. 12 times 7 times 20 is my formula. Now what's 12 times 7? I'm going to use my friendly numbers. I'm going to isolate this one and make sure I do it in an efficient way because
That's not as efficient as a different way.
Well, I like this way. So 12 times 7 is what?
84.
84. 84 times 20
1,680.
is 84 times 2, isn't? Or okay, that's 840 times 2, right?
Yeah, 160. Yeah.
Is 1 6.
You just do 84 times 80. You do 84 times 2 and then add a 0.
Yeah, 84 times 2 and add a 0. So yeah, 84 times 2 and add a 0. Now, the Padawan says there's something better than that. So let's hear her opinion. Quick.
Well, it's just an opinion. I think that 10 times 12 first and then times 8 would be easier because then you're just multiplying by a 1-digit number.
Okay, you're looking at this one?
Either one will work. And then the other
120 times 8?
960.
It's still 960.
Yeah.
This is even easier, look, but it's times a multiple of 10. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion of what works best in their head because everyone's head works differently. But I thought you were going to tell me if this one has an easier
I
way.
can tell that one.
Okay, tell me.
20.
You're still going to have to add the 84 plus the 84 somewhere or multiply it times 2.
20 times 12 and then times 7.
So that's 120 times 7. How is that easier? Oh, because 12
840.
times 7.
That's
Yeah,
840.
120 times 7.
240.
That's 240 times 7.
Which is the same thing as 12 times 7 times 2. Which is
Or you
very
could
easy to
do-
do.
That's too
Yeah.
tricky for
Or
me
you could do
anyways.
12
I like
times
this way.
7 times 20.
'Kay.
12 times 7.
Because even if you wrote it down, 84
Yeah, that's
times
what you do.
20, it would work very well for me. I just put a 0 here, and 4 times 2 is
No,
8,
just
and then 8 times 2
multiply
is 16.
84
and be
times
done.
7, 160.
All right, but we're not done yet. The final portion is 1,680 plus 960. And the answer to that would be
2,640.
2,640 meters cubed. Don't forget that meters cubed. All right, raise your hand if you got this one incorrect. Wow. So raise your hand or keep your hand up if you didn't know why you got it incorrect. Do you know why you got it incorrect? Okay, but do you know how to do it now? Okay, then that's the important thing. All right, and number 7 we just did. Number 19 and 20B. So we skip all of these because these are reasonable enough for people to handle and know why they got it wrong. So 20B, people were saying this is difficult.
19 and another one.
Don't say my name. For numbers 19A and 19F, select true or false for each statement. A circle is a convex polygon?
No.
I don't even know if there's such a thing as a
Not a
convex
polygon.
polygon.
A circle.
Oh, it's not a polygon.
Yeah.
Because polygon has to have sides.
Segments. It needs to
Okay.
be made of segments.
Shh. Raise your hand if you want to say something. A rhombus can only have one right angle. No, a square has more than one right angle, so that's false. All squares are rectangles, that's true. I said that a million times. A regular octagon can be concave.
No.
What is concave?
No, regular. Open. Yeah. We can go.
An open? It's an open polygon? No, that's not true.
There's like this thing.
You can go inside the shape and then outside.
You can make a line from inside the shape through out of the shape to back inside the shape.
Okay, but the question is, what's the definition of concave? You guys forgot what it was.
Mr. Elephant, I have the answer.
There you go. Call me Mr. Elephant. Some people can remember to do that. Okay, what unit was that? Concave and convex. Raise your hand if you're forgetting the difference between concave and convex.
You passed it already.
816? What? Okay.
Don't wave your hand in the thing. Everyone can
Oh yeah, wave your hand.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it was. It's
Yeah, but it is kind of long ago.
Yeah.
All right, concave means you could draw a line from one portion to another, and that means it looks like somebody just said a minute ago. It looks like a cave. Convex means that there's no way you could draw it because there's no opening for the cave there. Okay, so let's see if there's an opening for the cave on the ones that we were talking about. It says a regular octagon can be concave. That is false. Because a regular octagon will always be normal. Same length, same angles. Okay, so the next one, a triangle can have at most one right angle.
True.
I would say this is true because everything else isn't going to work. It has to be worth 180 degrees inside, so if this is one right angle, then the rest can't possibly add up to more than 90 or even close to 90. Alright, so a regular triangle has 360-degree angles. This is true. Alright, raise your hand if you did not get that entire thing correct. Fortunately for you, this is 1 point each when we do the test. So if you screw up, you're only going to screw up 1 or 2, or not all of them once. Alright, how many days did she walk in? What was her total distance? Raise your hand if you got different answers from the other people during your checking time. Okay, so a lot of people. Let's take a look at A then. Graph Mika's result on the line plot. First off, 1/2 would line plots look like this, right? You just do 5 on 1 1/2, 1 5/8, you do 1, 1 3/4, you do 2, then 2, you do 1, 1 7/8 gets 0, 2 1/8 gets 3, and 2 1/4 gets 4. Now, if you're not in a hurry, you have to do these dots in a nice little line. Mine's kind of bad penmanship. And math, there is such a thing as penmanship. Don't think that math you could be sloppy just because it's a lot of logarithms and ideas. You should still have good penmanship there. How many days did she walk? And what was her total distance? So how many days total were there for your answer? 16 days. That's my first fact. How many days did she walk? What was her total distance? So 16 days should be your first part of your answer. And you box it to make sure I know that you know what the answer is. Her distance means you'd have to take 1.5 times that 5, 1 5/8 times 1, 1 3/4 times 2. Is there an easy way to do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
And what's
so-
your nickname?
My nickname is Mr. Mustache.
Mr. Mustache. Okay.
So
You want to explain it? Okay, fine, whatever.
I'm gonna work with friendly numbers here.
Okay, he's the friendly numbers guy. Every single time I do something poorly, he says, I got a better way of doing that. Usually
So-
he's right.
As you can see, the greatest denominator you can have is 8, and all of these can multiply to 8. So you just do this times 5. Like, of course, like I bet a lot of people do that. This is gonna be 5 and 5 over 2, which is equal to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5 over 2. 5 over 2. Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's equal to 7.5, or 7 and 4/8, right?
Yeah.
And then this is 1 and 5/8. This is 2. This is 2 and 3/8. And this is 8, 9. This is 9, right? So let's start with
6 and 3/8,
Yeah,
not
6
2 and 3/8.
what?
You just multiplied the fraction, not the
Okay,
number.
okay, guys. Okay. So first thing I did. Wait, did I miss a number? Okay. So first thing I did was these two are pretty friendly numbers because 5/8 and 3/8 equals 1. So I do 8. And then these two are pretty friendly numbers too. So I make that 11. And this is just a number. So yeah. So that's 19 and 26 and 40, I think.
What?
What about the 5 and...
The answer's 30.
Wait.
The answer is 30. I got 31.
What about that 5 and something in the corner? 5 and 5 too?
That's equal to 7. Did I miss something?
So is that not the answer?
Oh, you missed 2 and 1. You missed.
Did I miss that?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 and 6/4, which is equal to what?
6.
3 and 4/8, right?
No, 3. Yeah, 3.
3 and 4/8,
Yeah.
right? So that means you can match these up, right? 'Cause these two are friendly numbers.
3/4.
So then 7 and 4/8 plus 3 and 4/8 is equal to 11.
11.
And make this 11. So yeah, it's 30.
You got it
Okay.
wrong the first time.
And you messed it up the
got
first
it wrong
time.
the first time.
But wait, did you get the answer correct in the actual book?
Don't think so.
I'm
I
very
got it right.
confused.
Nice turnaround.
Very confused.
You're very confused?
Yes, now I'm more confused than before.
I'm not. Actually, help me out because he said what you need to do is just convert everything to 8s. Whether or not you understood how he did it, that's kind of a genius idea to just find the friendly number 8
Yes,
and then
I
just
was
go
doing
from
friendly
there.
numbers, but I
And if you did that, you would end up with 30 what?
30.
Yeah,
30 miles.
No, you just can't say 30.
30
It's
miles.
30 miles. And the answer is all the way up here. The unit's all the way up there. So 30 miles. And that's exactly enough time. We finished enough time to go to science lab. So let's get your things together and go. Okay, let's get lights on.